Chapter 7, Exercise 7.2, Question number 21, the method of substitution. Now, 21st example is I is integration 10 square 2x minus 3 dx. Now, we don't have the integration of 10 square x. So 10 square is converted in terms of sec square minus 1. Now converting 10 square as sec square minus 1 with writing x as 2x minus 3. Why we need to convert in terms of sec square? The reason is we have the integration of sec square. Now writing here sec square minus 1, taking the integration separately with both. Integration of sec square 2x minus 3 dx minus integration of dx. Now sec square integration is 10. So 10 2x minus 3. Now divided by 2 is to be written because the coefficient of x is 2. So in integration, we always divide by the coefficient of x. 22nd one is integration sec square 7 minus 4x dx. Integration of sec square is 10. So 10 7 minus 4x divided by minus 4 as the coefficient of x. So this is how it is integrated. Here we have not used the method of substitution because directly it can be integrated without substitution. And we have the direct standard integrations. So substitution is not needed for these two examples. 23rd one. Given is integration sine inverse x upon root of 1 minus x square dx. Now we don't have the integration of sine inverse x. The standard integration is not there. But still sine inverse x is to be integrated. So assuming sine inverse x as t, whose integration is not there directly, we always assume it as t. Differentiating both the side with respect to x, we get 1 upon root of 1 minus x square, because the derivative of sine inverse is 1 upon root of 1 minus x square dx is equal to dt. Now keeping all these values in the question, in the place of sine inverse x, t is kept. Dx upon under root 1 minus x square dt is to be substituted. Now integrating t, we get t square by 2 plus c, and substituting the value of t as sine inverse x, we get whole square divided by 2 plus c. Now 24th one, it is given integration 2 cos x minus 3 sin x divided by 6 cos x plus 4 sin x dx. Now we don't have division rule of integration. Hence, whatever is written down is to be taken up as t. So assuming 6 cos x plus 4 sin x is equal to t and differentiating it, cos differentiation is minus sine, sine is cos. So after differentiating it and taking out 2 common, we'll get 2 cos x minus 3 sin x dx is equal to dt. Now taking 2 the other side, we get it here as 2 cos x minus 3 sin x dx is equal to dt by 2. Now putting the values over here in the integration, in the place of 2 cos x minus 3 sin x dx, it is substituted as dt upon 2, and in the place of 6 cos x plus 4 sin x, t is to be substituted. So 1 upon t we got it. Now integration of 1 upon t is log t, half is again as it is, so it becomes half log t plus c. Now t is assumed as 6 cos x plus 4 sin x, that is being replaced instead of t. 25th one is I is equal to integration dx upon cos square x into 1 minus tan x whole square. Now again we don't have any standard integration for integrating this function. Hence we will assume 1 minus tan x is equal to t. We are not assuming cos square x because 1 upon cos square x makes it sec square x, and sec square x is the differentiation of tan x. So instead of assuming cos square x as t, assume 1 minus tan x is equal to t. Now differentiating both sides, we get differentiation of 1 as 0. So minus sec square dx, derivative of tan x, is equal to dt. Now taking this negative sign other side, we get sec square x dx is equal to minus dt. Now expressing 1 upon cos square x as sec square x dx upon 1 minus tan x whole square, the substitution will become more easy. So I is equal to, in the place of sec square x dx minus dt, so negative sign is outside, and 1 minus tan x is substituted as t and square. Now 1 upon t square is written as t raised to minus 2 dt. Now integrating t raised to minus 2 as minus sign is as it is, which is outside only, t raised to minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1 plus c. Minus 2 plus 1 will make it minus 1, and minus makes it plus, and t raised to minus 1 is written as 1 upon t plus c. Now instead of t, 1 minus tan x is to be substituted. So we get 1 upon 1 minus tan x plus c as the integration. 26th one is I is equal to integration cos root of x upon root x dx. Now cos integration we have, but here in integration we cannot make use of chain rule. Therefore we will assume root x as t. So assuming root x as t, derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x dx is equal to dt. Taking to the other side, we get here 1 upon root x dx is equal to 2 dt. Now instead of 1 upon root x dx, 2 dt is substituted. Instead of cos root x, in the place of root x, t is kept. So to integration cos t dt is a complete conversion in form of or in terms of t. Integration of cos is sin t. So we have here I is equal to 2 sin t plus c. Now the value of t is root x. So I is equal to 2 sine root x plus c is the final integration. 27th one is I is equal to integration root of sine 2x cos 2x dx. Now again we don't have any standard integration of the multiplication rule. So whatever function is written inside root will be assumed as t. So here as sine 2x is written inside the root, we will assume sine 2x is equal to t. Derivative of sine is cos 2x dx and 2 is multiplied as the coefficient of x equal to dt. So cos 2x dx will be equal to dt by 2 by shifting to the other side. Now keeping all these substitutions in the question, in the place of cos 2x dx, dt by 2 is kept. dt and 1 by 2 is written out of the integration as it is constant. Now root of sine 2x is expressed as root t. Now root t is further written as t raised to half dt because the power integration we have to take it. So we have integrated it by taking n plus 1 upon n plus 1, that is t raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. Taking the LCM, we'll get it 1 by 2 t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus c. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So we get 1 by 3, and keeping the value of t as sine 2x, we'll get 1 by 3 sine 2x raised to 3 by 2 plus c. 28th one given is I is equal to integration cos x upon under root of 1 plus sin x dx. Now assuming here 1 plus sin x equal to t, reason sin is being kept, 1 plus sin x is taken under the root and derivative of sin x becomes cos x. Now in method of substitution, most of the time whatever is written up becomes the derivative part and we always assume whatever is written down as t. So we get here I is equal to, in the place of cos x dx, dt is kept. Root of 1 plus sin x is replaced as root t. Now to integrate root t, it is expressed as t raised to minus 1 by 2 dt. Integrating it by using t raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus c, because the sign of integration we are not writing. Operating it with LCM, will get t raised to 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2 plus c. Taking 2 up, the final answer becomes 2 t raised to half plus c, and then half is replaced by, t is replaced by 1 plus sin x. So replacing t as 1 plus sin x, this is the complete answer, the final answer we will get it. 29th one is I is equal to integration cot x log sin x dx. Now we don't have the integration of log sin x, so we will assume completely log sin x as t. Then differentiating log sin x by using chain rule, the derivative of log becomes 1 upon sin x, and then d by dx of sin x dx is equal to dt. So 1 upon sin x, derivative of sin x is cos x, so we get here cos x upon sin x dx is equal to dt. cos upon sine is cot x, dx is equal to dt. Now substituting all the values in the question, in the place of cot x dx, dt is being kept. In the place of log sin x, t is substituted, and when integrated we get t square by 2 plus c. Keeping the value of t as log sin x, so the final answer becomes log sin x whole square divided by 2 plus c. 30th one is I is equal to integration sin 1 plus cos x dx. So assuming 1 plus cos x is equal to t, the integration of 1 plus cos is minus sin x dx is equal to dt. Need to write here the negative sign, minus. So sin x dx will be equal to minus dt. Keeping the values in the question, sin x dx will be replaced as minus dt upon 1 plus cos x is t. So we get here integration of minus integration of dt upon t, and 1 upon t integration is log t. So the answer will be minus log t plus c. Putting the value of t as 1 plus cos x, so we'll get it here minus log 1 plus cos x plus c as the answer, and minus 1 if we take it in power, then the answer becomes log 1 upon 1 plus cos x plus c. 31st one is just similar to 30th one, only the square is taken up in 31st. So the assumption will be again same. Question is integration sin x upon 1 plus cos x whole square dx. Now 1 plus cos x we will assume as t. Derivative of cos becomes minus sin x dx is equal to dt. One derivative is 0. So shifting negative the other side, it becomes sin x dx is equal to minus dt. Keeping all the values in I, we get I is equal to, in the place of sin x dx, minus dt is written, and in the place of 1 plus cos x, t and square is there, so t square, and that is equal to minus integration t raised to minus 2 dt. Now integrating t raised to minus 2 as n plus 1 upon n plus 1 form, we get I is equal to minus t raised to minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1 plus c. Now calculating this, in the denominator we will get minus 1. Minus 1 and minus makes it plus, and t raised to minus 1 remains plus c. T raised to minus 1 is expressed as 1 by t plus c. Now t is replaced by 1 plus cos x plus c. So this is how 31st is being integrated. 32nd one is important example because the adjustment over here is little bit different. Given is I is equal to integration dx upon 1 plus cot x. Taking cot x as cos upon sine, taking the LCM, sine will go up and that remains is sin x upon sin x plus cos x dx. Now whatever is given down, that is sin x plus cos x, the same thing is to be adjusted up. So we have adjusted first sin x plus cos x, Sin x is there but cos x is not there. Hence we have to do minus cos x. But as we are taking up minus cos x, one more sin x is being added. So if you check this whole adjustment, sin x plus sin x will make it 2 sin x. But we want only sin x. 2 is being extra over here. That is being neutralized by 1 upon 2 being multiplied before integration. And cos x gets cancelled. So the numerator sin x is adjusted in terms of 1 by 2 over here, because 2 sin x we get it when we go for adjustment. Now separately dividing both. That means first two pairs are divided and then next two pairs are divided. So dividing that, we are taking half with both. So half sin x plus cos x divided by sin x plus cos x dx. Both get cancelled, only one remains and half is outside. Plus half integration sin x minus cos x upon sin x plus cos x dx. This cannot be integrated directly, so whatever is written down is being taken as t. So we have assumed sin x plus cos x is equal to t. Now integrating sin x plus cos x, sin is cos x and cos is minus sin x is a differentiation. So we get here cos x minus sin x dx equal to dt. Now upside if you see, we have sin x minus cos x instead of cos x minus sin x. So a negative sign is taken out and half we have adjusted upside as cos x minus sin x divided by sin x plus cos x. Now if we see the upside, whatever is written, it is equal to dt. So dt is being kept and sin x plus cos x is replaced by t. So after the complete conversion, we get I is equal to half integration of dx minus half integration of dt upon t. Integration of 1 is x and 1 upon t is log t. So putting the value of t as sin x plus cos x, the final answer that we get is x upon 2 minus 1 by 2 log of t value is sin x plus cos x and plus c. So this is how 32nd one is being calculated. 33rd one, I is equal to integration dx upon 1 minus 10x. Now taking up 10x as sin upon cos and LCM, taking up the LCM, will get it integration cos x upon cos x minus sin x dx. Now as in the denominator cos x minus sin x is there, in the numerator the adjustment is done. Cos x minus sin x same as whatever is given down. Now as we have subtracted sin x, we have to add it also. So the other adjustment done over here is cos x minus sin x plus cos x plus sin x. Now minus sign and sign will get removed. So these are the adjustments. Cos x plus cos x will give 2 cos x. So 2 is extra, that is being adjusted as 1 by 2 outside. Now separately dividing both with cos x minus sin x, and half is multiplied with both, we get this form of the statement. Now here cos x minus sin x upon cos x minus sin x will get cancelled and 1 will remain. In the second part, assuming cos x minus sin x as t and differentiating it, cos x differentiation is minus sin x and sin x differentiation is cos x. So we get dx is equal to dt. Now taking out negative sign common, we get minus sin x plus cos x dx is equal to dt. Minus sign is shifted the other side, we get sin x plus cos x dx will be equal to minus dt. So in this second part, substituting the value of cos x plus sin x dx as minus dt and cos x minus sin x as t, we get half integration dx minus plus will be minus half integration dt by t. Now integration of 1 is x, so I is equal to x by 2 minus half 1 upon t is log t plus c. Now in the place of t, cos x minus sin x is being substituted. So the whole of this I becomes x by 2 minus half log cos x minus sin x plus c. So this is the final integration. 33rd one is also similar to 32nd for the adjustment. 34th example, given is I is equal to integration root of 10x upon sin x cos x dx. Now we know that 10x integration is sec square x. To get sec square x, we will multiply cos up and cos down. So cos into cos will make it cos square x and 1 upon cos square x will be sec square x. So these are the adjustments to be done. So multiplying cos up and cos down, sin x is as it is. So 1 upon cos square x is taken up as sec square x. So whatever 1 cos x is remaining up, that is being divided by this sign. So sin x upon cos x. So we get root of 10x as it is, whatever is given in the question. The adjustment of sin x upon cos x for the extra cos x being taken up here. So that is 10x. 1 upon cos square x gives sec square x. So this is the adjustment for integrating root 10x. Now root 10x and 10x gets cancelled to root 10x. So this is the complete simplification of the example. Without simplifying it, we cannot solve it. So the final integration becomes I is equal to integration sec square x dx upon root of 10x. Now assuming 10x is equal to t, differentiating 10x, we get sec square x dx is equal to dt. Now I is equal to integration dt upon root t. Now root t is expressed as t raised to minus 1 by 2 dt. Now integrating t raised to minus 1 by 2 as t raised to minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1. So it gives t raised to half divided by half plus c. After taking out the LCM and solving, 2 goes up and keeping the value of t as 10x, we get 2 root 10x plus c. So this is the final answer. The most important step is the initial steps where the adjustment is being done here. So this step is very important. Third step, this is also very important. And then the assumption of 10x is equal to t after simplifying it. 35th question is I is equal to integration of 1 plus log x whole square divided by x dx. Assuming 1 plus log x as t and differentiating it, differentiation of log x is 1 upon x dx is equal to dt. Now keeping 1 plus log x as t becomes t square. Dx upon x is replaced by dt. So I is equal to integration t square dt. Now integration of t square is t cube by 3 plus c. Now t is replaced by 1 plus log x. So we get 1 plus log x whole cube divided by 3 plus c. So this is the how the integration of 35th example is being done. 36th one is I is equal to integration x plus 1 x plus log x whole square whole divided by x dx. Now as we know that the integration of log x as a standard integration is not there, so the bracket x plus log x we will assume it as t. Differentiating x, it will be giving you 1. Log x differentiation is 1 by x. Dx is equal to dt. Taking the LCM, we will get 1 plus x upon x dx is equal to dt. Now 1 plus x upon x dx is already given in the example, which will be replaced by dt. So replacing them by dt, and in the place of x plus log x whole square we need to write it as t square. So after substitution the integration becomes I is equal to integration t square dt. Now integration of t square is t cube by 3 plus c. Now the value of t is x plus log x whole cube by 3 plus c. So replacing the value of t as x plus log x whole cube divided by 3 plus c is the final integration. 37th one is I is equal to integration x cube sine tan inverse x raised to 4 whole divided by 1 plus x raised to 8. Now assuming tan inverse x raised to 4 as t and differentiating it. First will be the differentiation of tan inverse using the chain rule, and then d by dx of x raised to 4 dx is equal to dt. Differentiating tan inverse will get it 1 upon 1 plus x raised to 4 whole square. So that makes it 1 upon 1 plus x raised to 8. Differentiation of x raised to 4 is 4x cube. Dx will be equal to dt. Now taking x cube upon 1 plus x raised to 8 together with dx, shifting 4 the other side, we get dt by 4. Now keeping all the values here, in the place of x cube upon 1 plus x raised to 8 dx, we will keep dt by 4. So dt by 4 is being kept. and in the place of 10 inverse x raised to 4, t is being replaced. So the complete integration becomes I is equal to 1 upon 4 integration sin t dt. Integration of sin t is minus cos t by 4 plus c. Now putting the value of t as 10 inverse x raised to 4, the final answer is minus cos 10 inverse x raised to 4 by 4 plus c. So this is how the 37th one is integrated. 38th one is an important example. I is equal to integration 10x raised to 9 plus 10 raised to x log of 10 to the base e divided by x raised to 10 plus 10 raised to x dx. Now assuming the denominator x raised to 10 plus 10 raised to x equal to t and differentiating it. X raised to 10 differentiation is 10x raised to 9 and 10 raised to x is 10 raised to x log of 10. 10 raised to x differentiation is similar to a raised to x. So a raised to x log a. So instead of a we have 10 here. So it becomes 10 raised to x log of 10 dx is equal to dt. Now you will find that the numerator part is completely equal to dt and the denominator is replaced by t. So we get integration dt by t and 1 upon t integration is log t plus c, and putting the value of t as x raised to 10 plus 10 raised to x plus c, we get option D as correct one for the 38th example. 39th example is I is equal to integration dx upon sine square x cos square x. Now as the numerator we consider it to be 1, it is replaced by the identity cos square x plus sine square x upon sine square x cos square x dx. Now separately dividing both. Cos square and cos square will get cancelled for the first case. Sin square and sin square will get cancelled for the second case. And left out is 1 upon sin square dx and 1 upon cos square dx. 1 upon sin square is cosec square x dx and 1 upon cos square is sec square x dx. Now the standard integration of cosec square x is minus cot x, sec square x is 10x plus c. So final answer becomes 10x minus cot x plus c.